Hey everybody, happy new year. Hope you're good. So I guess as a first video, like a first officially filmed video in the new year, I wanted to do a new kind of winter skincare routine just to show you the products that I've switched up in my routine and what I use and why, and how my skin is doing. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. I have acne prone skin, oily skin, and I have been on tretinoin. So basically in terms of my my skin type and the products I've used or what I'm using right now, I do have acne prone skin, which I've been dealing with for ages and ages. And yeah, so my acne is hormonal acne because I'm in my 30s but I still get acne. And now that I have stopped like the purging stage, because when you're on tretinoin, chances are that you will go through a purge, which is where you get like a huge flare up of acne and just continuously get everything flushed out of your pores basically. So yeah, so I had to switch up a couple of things and I had to really dial back and make my skincare as non-problematic as possible and make the products I use as simple as possible, because the retinoic acid, the tretinoin is doing the heavy lifting, so you don't really need much else except to make sure your skin is hydrated. So that was my main concern. So because of that, and I say all of this because as a result, what I actually noticed was that the small bumps of acne I had on my forehead weren't really going. It was dealing with the acne in my jawline and my neck. It wasn't really dealing with like the little bumps of acne that I had. So what you still need to do after you've gone through the purging stage is to go with salicylic acid, which is an amazing BHA, or like a glycolic acid, just to at least clear through the top layer of your skin, just to at least give your skin the chance to actually turn over. So tretinoin is great for working deep within the pores, but it isn't the best at exfoliating or just smoothing out the surface of your skin, which is essentially what I needed to get rid of those small bumps. So yeah, so that's what I ended up doing after getting used to the tretinoin. So I let my skin fully get used to the tretinoin before I decided to go in with salicylic acid and glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid. It works at the top layers of your skin. And salicylic acid is a BHA. It is a beta hydroxy acid and it works within deeper, but it actually also helps with exfoliating the surface around your skin as well. So anywho, in terms of my winter skincare routine, or my New Year skincare routine rather, so once I come out of the shower, I think I will do a separate video on my cleansers, because I found some amazing cleansers in the time or since my last video. So I will do that separately. I do use a mostly gentle, I have one treatment cleanser and I have a gentle everyday non-problematic cleanser. But apart from that, I tend to wash my face in the shower. And once I've come out of the shower, the first thing, if my skin isn't like quite dry, if I've done something in between that and getting ready in the morning, you already know this if you're not new to my channel, I go in with the thermal water from the brand Uriage, and it's just to really refresh your skin and to actually wet it as well, because if you want to keep your skin hydrated, and two, if you're going to go in with a hydrating serum, you need to feed the humectant something, which is water. So humectants attract water, they are water magnets essentially, and you need to, it's just easier on your skin to have that layer of water or some kind of dampness on your skin. So you can either keep your face damp when you come out of the shower, or if your face happens to get dry by the time you need to start applying your moisturizer and the rest of your skincare, you can spray your face like I do. On the days when I come out straight out of the shower, my face is damp, whatever, I actually go in with a new exfoliator. And I say this because I couldn't use this in the first like 3 or 4 months of being on tretinoin, but because once my skin had calmed down and I could then start slowly introducing other things that I used to use in my skincare routine, the first thing I used was the Botanical Lab Pumpkin and Papaya Enzyme Daily Exfoliator. I'm in the UK and this is an own brand product from Superdrugs. Superdrugs is like one of the biggest kind of health and beauty retailers in the UK, and next to Boots as well. So you have Boots and you have Superdrug, and they sell like makeup and skincare products and healthcare and everything else in between. So this is from their Botanical Lab own brand range, and it is amazing. So yeah, I use this, and it's for acne prone skin. So again, we know papaya and pumpkin have these enzymes in them that are like natural exfoliants, and it's so gentle. I mean, I don't feel a single tingle even when I have like a freshly, like if I picked a spot or something and I use this, it doesn't tingle. That's how you know it is really, really gentle. The second ingredient apart from water is glycerin, and then further down you have other ingredients like aloe vera juice, malic acid and salicylic acid, and of course you have glycolic acid as well, and then you have pumpkin fruit ferment filtrate and the papaya fruit extract. And what else do you have? You also have like a probiotic, lactobacillus. And yeah, so it's got amazing properties to it, and you would never think that it'd be didn't think anything of it, but it's amazing. And it's so hydrating as well. It does not dry my skin out at all. It's really, really good. If you have a Superdrug near you, you should definitely try this out. So I use this on a cotton pad, and I've already used it this morning just to keep my face happy. So I use this first thing. That's all I've used in my skincare routine right now. I just put it on a cotton pad, swipe it over my face, and you can use it daily as well. So I have a couple of options, as I usually do, but all the products I'm going to talk about are pretty, gentle / non-problematic. So what I like to do is either go in with the Benton Aloe Skin Toner, and that's what it looks like. And I just take 2 or 3 pumps of this. It is the aloe vera based toner with a small percentage of salicylic acid. And you're probably going to hear this a lot in my skincare routine because salicylic acid has just been a savior. It's great for just daily maintenance and keeping acne at bay, and it's great on the days when I don't use tretinoin, because another thing I have done is to scale back on, not scale back, just to at least give myself time to use other products in my skincare routine. So I have 2 or 3 days in the week when I don't, not 3 days actually, when I don't use tretinoin. So I have 1 day on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off kind of thing. So that allows me 3 days in a week where I can use this and not feel irritated. So it's an aloe vera based juice toner, and it has salicylic acid and snail filtrate in it as well, which are really great humectants. So today I will do that. So I'm just going to take 2 pumps of this. It is pretty runny. Just going to do that. And my skin, since I've been indoors, has been in a pretty good state. The majority of my scars are fading. I don't have hardly any new acne flare-ups. I have 1 scar here, which is just from yesterday night. Actually, I shouldn't have touched it. I should have left it alone, but old habits die hard. So yeah, everything else, my skin is feeling really smooth and soft. So that's the first thing. Next, I use another Superdrug owned brand product. This is the Me Plus Tranexamic Acid Booster, 2.5% tranexamic acid. It's great for brightening and evening skin tone, and it's just amazing. So this is another own brand product. They have a whole line of products. I think I did a post on my Instagram. Follow me on my Instagram if you're not already, and I do post from time to time on the products or whatever it is that I'm feeling like posting on that day. So yeah, I did a post on the products that I bought from this range. I don't know if I've done a video on this. I feel like I need to, because they are so good. So this is the one I use in the morning. I use it with, I have experimented because this is a very neutral type of product. It mixes well with L-ascorbic acid, aka vitamin C, and it also mixes well with vitamin with the niacinamide as well. So I also have a niacinamide acid. I have a niacinamide serum from their range. I have actually finished it, and I need to get another one. But in the meantime, I was able to order from The Ordinary, and I got hold of their niacinamide powder. So what I do, and I know this is a very controversial product, but this is what it looks like, and it has a little scoop in there, which people criticize it for, because again, in terms of the instructions, you are supposed to use a quarter of what's in the scoop. So this is the scoop and you're meant to use a quarter of this. It's very hard to figure out what a quarter of, what is this, what's the shape of half a circle is. Yeah, so I just use a very tiny amount. I'm not sure if you can see it without it pouring on my carpet. It's hard to judge, but niacinamide is such a neutral product, so my skin doesn't react to it. So what I like to do is I like to mix the niacinamide into this aloe BHA toner, and other days what I like to also use is my Benton deep green tea toner. This stuff has been a lifesaver. I love this. I think this will definitely have to be in my skincare routine from now on, here on out. This is what it looks like, and it's basically just very watery, and I have that. I will use this today again because they layer so well. Sometimes I just go in with this and go straight onto the tranexamic acid, but just for the sake of just demoing, so I'm going to put in this tiny scoop of niacinamide powder. And I love playing chemist, by the way. I try to make sure the products I use do go well together, but you know, if you're not sure, do the research. What I like to do is put a couple drops. This is a water-based gel as well, this tranexamic acid. I just put 2 or 3 drops and I end up with this emulsion, if you can't even see it. So I just mixed it together. The niacinamide acid, why do I keep saying that? The niacinamide powder dissolves instantly. It is so finely milled, so you don't need to worry about it being gritty for that. But typically I'd use the green tea toner on one day, then I'd use the aloe BHA skin toner on another, but they are fairly gentle, and I love the benefits of green tea. It is anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. It's full of antioxidants as well, which help fight against free radicals, which actually damage your skin. So once that's done, another favorite is The Ordinary's resveratrol 3% ferulic acid. 3%. This stuff is like my ride or die. It is amazing. I can't do without it. The best way to use this is with the L-ascorbic acid powder, which I also have, but it's advised that you don't use both of them together. Sometimes I do, because I have heard, you know, actually that niacinamide and vitamin C do mix together, but the protection that stops vitamin C from degrading, as in the best thing you could use with vitamin C is actually ferulic acid and resveratrol base to stabilize it. And ferulic acid itself is just a powerful antioxidant, as well as resveratrol. They are both amazing. So on other days, so I alternate on most occasions, but I have actually adventurously put this vitamin C powder with my ferulic acid. I have never mixed it together in one thing and then put it onto my face, but I have used the L-ascorbic powder and the resveratrol serum together as the next layer on my face separately. So I think that makes a difference. So what I like to do is to mix the L-ascorbic powder with the resveratrol. Vitamin C and resveratrol under sunscreen are like the best, basically the best ingredient, the best combination you could put together, just to give each element the best chance of, you know, maximizing its benefits basically. So yeah, vitamin C under sunscreen is amazing. It boosts the power of the sunscreen and the vitamin C together. Vitamin C and resveratrol ferulic acid boosts the power of each individual element, and the 3 together is just like the holy trinity basically. So you want to try and do that. If you're worried about mixing the niacinamide and vitamin C in the same skincare routine, alternate them on different days. But I have actually done it like the way I said I have. I've never mixed the 2 together, like the 2 powders, and then put it on my face. But I have actually used the niacinamide into my toner because it already contains a bit of niacinamide anyway. So the next thing I like to do is to take a scoop of the vitamin C powder, mix it in. So I have 3 drops of the ferulic acid into the vitamin C powder, and the vitamin C powder dissolves instantly. If you try to do this with the vitamin C powder like from a capsule, you know, like the ones you're meant to take orally, those ones are never ground finely enough. They always end up being gritty. This dissolves instantly. I like to mix in my Benton deep green tea lotion, which is essentially a light moisturizer, and it's like thick. So I like to mix in about 2 to 3 or 4 drops maximum. So I just put this in, and the resveratrol and ferulic acid are like it's not oily, but it's kind of sort of oily. It does dissolve into your skin eventually as well, so it won't leave your skin feeling too greasy or anything. And if you find you're irritated by the vitamin C again, what I found with the green tea toner, if your skin is just feeling irritated, hit your skin first with this. This stuff just calms down any kind of irritation or inflammation. I absolutely love it. And the same with the lotion as well. But the toner is just like one of the next best things you could do. Another option with the toner in the morning, because it's so hydrating, sometimes I'll go in with my Hada Labo hyaluronic acid serum. It has, I think, 5 or 6 different wicks of hyaluronic acid. Mix it in with this. It's quite thick and it's actually made for dry skin, but when you mix it with a watery toner like this, it's perfect. It absorbs into the skin and it's just slightly sticky, but it's fine for me because I still have other things I put on my face anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, on the days when I don't do this first, I will actually do this with this as the first step, and then go in with the serum, and then go in with vitamin C concoction, and then go in with the moisturizer, and the last step is sunscreen. On some days when I use this, because like I said, this is essentially a light moisturizer, I can't afford to just go in straight with a sunscreen straight away. So once I've done this, I haven't actually spoken about this on my channel, and I will do a video on it, but I've been using the CeraVe moisturizing lotion. It is absolutely perfect for oily skin because it dissolves instantly. I like to mix it with my aloe vera. I've just developed a love for aloe vera. This is the aloe vera organic aloe vera gel. It has 99.9% aloe vera, and this actually happens to have vitamin A, C and E mixed into it. You can get it from Superdrug or Amazon. I got mine from Amazon. I only discovered you can get it from Superdrug like much later. I think you can get it in other places online as well. So I love the aloe vera gel because it takes off the edge. In terms of like the glow that you see on my skin right now, that is from, I think because this is based in squalane or some kind of I'm not sure what the base of this resveratrol serum is, but it is like an oily serum. So this plus the CeraVe, take 1 pump, and because aloe vera in itself is not like an oily type of product, it is actually almost mattifying. I love that about it, and because this particular moisturizer is a light moisturizer that sinks in as well, it is a mattifying, but it's not oily at all, so it's great for oily skin. It's funny, I think I've seen it recommended for like all skin types, but really I don't know if you could use this if you have dry skin without adding an oil or an extra humectant to it, in my opinion. Because I love it and I have oily skin, and I love the fact that it disappears. When you have dry skin or flaky skin, I don't think this would be rich enough. And I always take anything on my face down to my neck unless it's a treatment product. Like if it's a salicylic acid product, I concentrate that on my face. So My face is still like slightly sticky, but it's not as sticky as it felt previously, but it is less glowy. Once I've put my moisturizer, the last step is my sunscreen. So I have been singing and dancing about the Altruist sunscreen SPF 30 for the longest time. I got this on Amazon. You get 2 packs. I still have another bottle of this, and it's like 2 packs for £8. I've used a bunch of different sunscreens in that time, but the one I actually really like using was one from a recent haul, my winter skincare haul, which I will link in the description box. So I actually have 2 options of sunscreen that I jump between. My favorite one, hands down, is the Vichy Ideal Soleil, Capital Ideal Soleil SPF 30, and it's a mattifying face fluid, and it's a dry touch, and it's a chemical sunscreen that is very, like, it rubs in clear. And then we also have the massive face and body milk. This is a hydrating version, and it is again SPF 30, and it's water resistant as well. So this applies whitish, and the more you rub it in, the more it sinks into your skin. This takes a bit less time and more time to absorb into your skin, but for the purpose of today's video, I will use this. I use a decent amount just for my face and body. That is the only place I apply sunscreen because it's winter right now. No other part of my face will be exposed to the sun or light. I concentrate it on my face really because I don't need it to mattify my neck. So I actually use another option, the second face and milk option on my neck, which I can then concentrate. But yeah, for this face fluid, because it's a smaller option and it's more expensive, believe it or not, I think they were similar prices. So you get far less when you're talking about a face sunscreen, and you get far more when you're talking about a body. So because, you know, my neck doesn't need to be mattified, I can add a bit more for my neck. In fact, what I should have done is just apply this face one just to my face. But anywho, and I haven't found that irritates my eyes at all, but I have another product for that just in case your sunscreen does irritate your eyes. So I then top up a little bit more for like my neck and jaw area. Both of them are fragrance. I think this one, the body one, face and body, the fragrance is a bit more obvious, but it isn't to the point where it feels like I'm applying perfume to my skin. And it's a nice scent to it as well. Typically I would apply it to like my chest area, but obviously I'm already dressed for the purpose of this video, so I'm just going to apply it to my hands. And it's a really nice texture. It's not greasy, it's hydrating and not greasy, which is great. Lastly, for the eye area, another Vichy product, but it's a bit jacked up. So this is the Vichy SPF 30 sunscreen stick. It's supposed to come with another, like an orange, it's basically meant to have the same orange packaging, but I smashed it. I broke it one day, and it ended up, it first of all started as a crack, a hairline crack, but the crack joined other cracks, and I ended up with chunks missing from the lid, and the lid just would not shut. There was like nothing. So I took this from my L'Oreal my L'Oreal foundation stick and swapped it around. So that cover is on my L'Oreal foundation stick. So this is more solid, and that's what I use right now. But this is the Vichy sunscreen stick. It applies clear and it's hydrating. It's not greasy at all, and it's great for small areas. It's great for the under eye area as well, and it's clear. So I use this in place of, like, in fact, what you can do is to use it in place of, say, eye cream, because it's hydrating and it actually is, it does give you protection against UVA and UVB. So all these are broad spectrum sunscreens. So that is the last step in my skincare routine, my morning skincare routine for winter during lockdown as we are right now. So at the time that I'm actually filming this, I think this is the first day of the third official lockdown that the UK is going through right now. I never talk about stuff like that on my channel, but again, I just feel like with this whole situation, it's just forced people to just, I don't know, reevaluate a lot of things. And maybe for me, it forces me just to, you know, at least go slower and just take my time. Like normally my skincare routine would be rushed in the morning, whereas I'm working from home. I have extra time in the morning to just do this. I do this step every single day without fail. And yeah, I do have time to do that now that I'm not having to travel an hour and 20 minutes to work and back as well. So yeah, but I do feel like a lot of people, you know, who are in that situation, again, you're forced to just, you know, take time and slow down and just, you know, where is this going? Just to take time and slow down, just reevaluate and reassess things. But yeah, that's my current winter skincare routine. And for the morning, my nighttime skincare routine is slightly different. It still contains the majority of the products that you see, minus the sunscreen and one or two other products swapped in. But yeah, so that is everything I use right now. Hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section. And I hope this new year brings, I guess, you know, it brings renewed hope, happiness, good health, and a brighter outlook on life for 2021. And yeah, if you are having a hard time, you know, coping with the whole situation, I hope you, you know, seek help or take time to just do some reading, meditating, praying, listen to some music, and just find something that cheers you up. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay positive. I will see you in my next video. Stay blessed. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.